Okay. Thank you guys for making the live broadcast. My name is Tamani M. Wandani. I am a contributing member to the Black Gold Movement, the ground roots, the grassroots community-based organization to build a Black Gold nation. Um, I want to share with you guys, as I was saying in the intro, something that's happened with us, for us, that we have been able to take advantage of, only because we've been set up to do so in that manner from day one. Most of you may know, not most of you, a lot of you may know that the African Union, the AU, just signed a 55 nation agreement to trade amongst themselves, the 55 nations, countries that are in Africa. They want to ensure that they are taking advantage of what each country brings to the table, and they want to do what they can to minimize the influences of outside entities, outside forces. A lot of them aren't happy with the relationship between their countries and their continent and other countries on other continents, and they want to do something about it by creating as much as possible an Africa to Africa trade agreement amongst the countries, the nations that are on the continent of Africa, which of course is 55, and all 55 countries signed that agreement. So when I heard about that a few months ago, I think it happened in March, I started to do research. I put that in I put the news link in our online project management tool that we use to keep track of all our projects. Asked the national leadership of the Black Gold Movement to reply, because my question was, what do you guys think, and how can we take advantage of this, be a part of this, and help? And then they replied, and we went back and forth with the conversation, and I was able to eventually get a brother who is a supporting member of the Black Gold Movement in South Africa. I was able to get him on a conference call with our national leadership this past Saturday morning, and the brother gave us the rundown on what he thought about the agreement. He let us know where the opportunities exist in Africa, what countries need certain things, what countries are looking for certain things, and how we African Americans here in America, how we can take advantage of that. Now, there's a lot of work that has to be done to make this happen. The Black Gold Nation wants to be a bridge between brothers and sisters in Africa and brothers and sisters here in America. We want to be the bridge between the two. And to do that, you have to have a lot of things in place. Now, were we not in existence already, had we not already had the kind of umbrella organization set up that we have, if we did not have the kind of leadership that we have that can cover multiple industries and give intelligent, strategic, methodical feedback on certain things, then this opportunity would pass us by and we wouldn't be able to take advantage of it. But from the time that I saw it, I placed it in Basecamp, our online project management tool. The national leadership saw it, from our spiritual healing and development department to our economics and finance department, our security department. National leaders saw it, commented on it. We had a discussion about it. I scheduled a Zoom, which is a live, you can see video conference with the brother in South Africa. And we had a very, 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 very good meeting, lasted over 2 hours this past Saturday morning. And as a result of that, we are now moving to be a bridge between brothers and sisters there, and here, or the bridge between brothers and sisters in Africa and brothers and sisters here in America. That's important. That's critical. That is intelligent, strategic, methodical, and how you should move if you are trying to be a nation. I knew when we got this thing started that our ultimate goal was to be a nation within a nation. I know that you cannot have that if you don't have proper leadership, and we have that. We had a national election 2 years ago, put out the call for Black people who had expertise in certain areas. Black people answered that call. We sent the national Black community to a website and they voted, and as a result, we have that leadership. That's critical. That's important. We have to have that if we want to move forward and create something for ourselves. Now, I want to give you guys the reality, our reality of life in America as Black people in 2019. The bottom 50% of Black households are worth less than $1. We have more African American men incarcerated in the U.S. than all women are in prison globally. Black farmers are still being discriminated against. Artificial intelligence, and machine language are replacing millions of jobs. The White House just removed 3 million people from the food stamp rolls. There's purge activity in Black communities nationwide, and what I mean by purge activity are assassinations, murders, kidnappings, organ and sex trafficking, crimes being committed by white people in blackface or black masks and skins. And police are looking for Black people when it's white people committing those crimes. We have over 100 conservative think tanks that are focused on maintaining white supremacy and white power that we have to deal with. We have a criminal justice system that's always been unjust, a bail bond system that's always been unfair and unjust, an education system that has never properly educated our children or ourselves, a school to prison pipeline that is alive and well and highly functional in American society, a multi-billion-dollar prison industrial complex that you can buy stock in, redlining, gerrymandering, and gentrification, which is political power at its finest, working against us, not for us. Over 900 white supremacist organizations in existence, of which many of them are training for race war. Flint, Michigan is still without healthy and safe water to drink, bathe in, and use. And a large portion of Puerto Rico is still without power after 6 months. That is a snippet of the reality of what it means to be Black in America. If we're going to change that, we have to have enough Black people that are on the same page and enough Black people that want to do something about those issues. If we're going to change that, we have to have people that are serious about putting systems in place that we can own and control that will allow us to put our people in a position to win. I am not saying that the Black Gold Movement is the only organization that does that, but I can tell you that the Black Gold Movement is an organization that is focused on doing that and has been focused on doing that from day one. When issues arise internationally, I often post these articles about these incidents in base camp, and the national leadership of our organization responds. We talk about it, and then we try to derive a solution and or fit that into what we're already doing. I am saying that's how it must be if we're going to win moving forward. So to continually add to what we've already done and bring more Black people into the fold of what we're doing, as well as find other Black people who are also doing things that the Black nation can, the global Black community in America and Black people around the world can benefit from. We are going to have an event whereby we're going to have I guess like an open session of Black people who have expertise in the different areas that we're focused on. Invite those persons to share their ideas. And if a Black person or a Black organization presents a solution that's better than what we already have, we will follow them and support them, and vice versa. We hope that if we have proven that our solution is better, then we will want them to follow us as we move forward collectively as a unified group to do better for our people. The idea, again, is that our communities are being attacked from multiple fronts. Our communities are being attacked in different industries. Our communities are being deprived of what they need to move forward. Our communities are deficient in multiple areas. And again, the only way that's going to change is if Black people put changes in place and then move those changes forward methodically and specifically, intelligently, and in the fashion that's going to work for us. So we have 19 departments. We're not going to do all. I think we'll do 16 or 17, 19 departments that we're looking for more participation in via leadership. Our departments, the departments in the Black Gold Nation, are agribusiness, business development, both domestically here in the U.S. and internationally, city planning and business integration, which is a part of our agribusiness department, cultural affairs and diplomacy, domestic policy and sustainability, economics and finance, education, employment and training, foreign policy, health and nutrition, information technology, infrastructure and construction, intelligence and defense, legal, media, marketing and PR, national security, politics, and spiritual health and well-being. We already have leadership in our business development department domestically, our city planning, agribusiness, and business integration department, our domestic policy and sustainability department, economics and finance, education, foreign policy, national security, information technology, media marketing and PR, spiritual health and well-being, and infrastructure and construction. That's where we already have national leadership. And where we're looking for assistance with or interim leadership is our business development international department, which we may have that one covered already. We'll know in a few days. Intelligence and defense, politics, cultural affairs and diplomacy, employment and training, health and nutrition, and legal. So we're going to have this event. We're calling it the Black Gold Nations Black Church and Black Organization Survival Summit. That's going to be October 5th, which is a Saturday afternoon. And the idea is that from now until that time, we're going to have a collection of open forums every Thursday and every Saturday starting next week, whereby we're going to have like-minded Black people who have expertise in these key areas and want to either be a part of a national department to move our people forward in that area, or they want to lead in that area. Now, mind you, all of our leadership is capable in those areas. If they were not capable, they wouldn't be there. So if you or an organization you're a member of, if you think you have a better way and you want the support of the Black Gold movement, the Black Gold Nation, and everything else we're doing to bring Black people to your solution, you need to be a part of these forums. Every Thursday and every Saturday for the next 2 weeks, for the next 2 months, we're going to cover these different areas. We're going to have an online forum of either a Black Gold Nation leadership person talking about their area, their mission, their short-term goals, medium and long-term goals, and what they plan to do and why you should be a part of it. It's going to be an open forum of other people with expertise adding to that. There's going to be a Q&A session where the people who are simply watching the online forum can ask questions at a certain point. And again, the idea is that we want to have the best of the best as it relates to Black minds in this country to move our people forward. At the end of the online forum, we want to have a clearly defined person in the leadership role of that department and a clearly defined membership cabinet. So if our city planning, agribusiness, and business integration department head has proven himself worthy, people like his plan, they want to be a part of his plan, and they want to help him with what he's trying to do with Black people nationally, which is really just feeding ourselves and creating industry from that process, then people will join that cabinet, join his department, so that he'll have more people that he's working with moving forward. The very same thing will happen with our information technology department, our economics and finance department, our media marketing and PR department, our business development domestically and international departments. We want to have departments that are supporting our cabinets that are supporting our individual departments moving forward, so that we can give our people on October 5th a clearly defined mission, clearly defined goals, and clearly defined tasks, so that we can get more people involved in what we're trying to do. If we don't have clear leadership, if that leadership doesn't have a clear mission, if that mission doesn't involve clear tasks, because we don't have people that can do those tasks, we're going to continue to lose. So what we're trying to do is bring Black churches together as much as we can, bring Black organizations together as much as we can, bring Black people together as much as we can, so that we can give them proven solutions to make our people bigger, better, and stronger. The Black Gold Nations, Black Church, and Black Organization Survival Summit is designed for us to focus on the critical issues that are destroying our people, focus on the critical issues that are attacking our people, the critical issues that we have to face to build and establish new communities that have influence, value, and power. If we don't have clearly defined leadership that has clearly defined expertise and a mission that can lay out clearly defined goals and tasks for the people to do, we are going to continue to lose. Now, what we've been able to do, because we've been working on this since November of 2016, we've been working on this thing. What we've been able to do is, when I saw that article about the AU, the African Union signing this 55 country trade agreement, again, I placed that in Basecamp, our online project management tool. Leadership talked about it, had a conversation about it. We went back and forth for maybe a week or two, and then I was able to have an online meeting with a brother in South Africa. And I was only able to do that because we already have the leadership. I was only able to do that because we're already connected with other brothers and sisters in Africa right now. I was only able to do that because the connections have already been made, the groundwork has already been laid, and we already have the leadership and the support that we need. That needs to happen across the board, no matter what it is. Some of the opportunities that the brother presented on Saturday's call can be absolutely, I don't want to say game changing, but can be major for ourselves, for Black people here in America and Black people in Africa. From us getting involved in industries where they have needs and we are able to provide that need. From us bringing things to the table like mobile banking, computer programming, agricultural expertise, being able to buy land, being able to loan money via micro lending, being able to marry their engineering needs with our engineering expertise, and vice versa. Us being able to build manufacturing plants both here and there, and we can do things together, and we don't need other people to be involved in what we're doing. From what I have learned from talking to people in Africa, and from what I've learned from reading certain things about what's going on in Africa, a lot of them are only using Chinese labor because they have such severe needs in China. The Chinese, they're stepping up to help fulfill those needs, but they're also taking from the people in ways that are inhumane and unfair. On Saturday's call, the brother told us about some of the things that they're doing, that the Chinese are doing as it relates to mining, that are killing people. We don't want to be that way, of course. We want to provide solutions that's a win-win for both us here and our people there, and that will allow us to win moving forward without killing anybody. And you don't have to do that, of course. But if you don't care about the people, if you only care about what's in the ground, the gold, the minerals, or whatever, then you do whatever you have to do. And it doesn't have to be that way. As I've stated, I don't know how many times the melanated community globally outnumbers the non-melanated community 7-1. We really don't need anybody else. If we came together, if enough of us came together in enough numbers and the right leadership, we could do our own business with brothers and sisters in Africa, brothers and sisters in the diaspora, and brothers and sisters here in America, and we don't need anybody else. But we will never get to that point if we don't galvanize ourselves around people who know what they're doing. Now, I'm not saying that the Black Gold Nation's leadership is the best of the best. I'm not saying that, but I am saying all of them are capable to do what they have been tasked to do, and I will put their leadership, I will put their expertise, their understanding, their knowledge, their years of experience, and their plans up against anybody's plans. And if their plans, if their expertise and their knowledge and their years prove to be, for lack of a better word, superior, then I would expect those persons that are part of these online forums to join the Black Gold Nation in a supportive fashion to help us move forward. And if the converse happens, where someone comes to the table and they have a better plan or a better solution or more expertise, then we will support them in that effort. And the idea is that on October 5th, we're going to have a national, I guess, revealing, if you will, or rolling out, if you will, for Black people nationwide, where they can see the results of these open forums. And we'll have one plan for agribusiness, one plan for IT, one plan for economics and finance, which is of course going to be broad, but it'll be one plan based on a unified approach to making this thing happen, one plan for security, one plan for foreign policy, one plan for politics, which is huge, one plan for spiritual healing and well-being. And that one plan doesn't mean one thing. It simply means that we have agreed that this plan is going to be the plan that we're going to support and we're going to move forward. Now, we're going to have some people, of course, that aren't going to agree, some people that think that their plan is better and not be a part, but we can't do anything about that. We're only concerned about those Black people who see what we're talking about, want to be a part, and is willing to help us move this thing forward. Because again, we'll never be able to win if we can't have a unified approach to all the things that we're facing. And the only thing that I believe is stopping us from having that unified plan that unified approach and to roll out a sophisticated plan to do is the decision. Black people are not intellectually deficient. Black people are not economically deficient. Black people are not physically or spiritually deficient. The only two things we lack primarily are organization and connectivity. Once we decide to connect ourselves to one another, once we decide to organize ourselves with whatever we're trying to do, that's pretty close to checkmate. Once the Black people decide to do something, I think only an act of God is able to stop them. And of course, I believe that God is always on the side of righteousness, so God is going to be on our side. If we don't do this, if we don't organize ourselves in a fashion to take advantage of what our people already have, we're going to lose. Now, I want to give you a very concrete example of what I'm talking about with the AU agreement. Again, I saw the article, posted it in Basecamp. Leadership saw it, talked about it. We scheduled a presentation with a brother in South Africa who has traveled the continent in Africa. He gave us some concrete solutions. He gave us some concrete opportunities and needs that they have on the continent, in the continent, and the Black Gold leadership was able to offer at that time concrete solutions that we could bring to the table to help what brothers and sisters are looking for in Africa. The brother in Africa presented the need, the brother in Africa presented the opportunity, and the Black Gold Nation's leadership provided a solution to that need, provided an answer to that need, provided answers to the opportunities that the brother was presenting. Everything we need, we already have. Everything we need to move ourselves forward and be a different kind of people, we already have. But if we don't come together and utilize the strategies, the talents, the intellect, the creativity of our own people across the board, then we're going to continue to lose. And the point of the Black Gold Nation's Black Church and Black Organization Survival Summit is to focus on survival. None of us are going to win just operating in our own lane. None of us are going to win just operating in our one lane. None of us are going to win just focusing on our one thing. If you are heavy into cryptocurrency, you're not going to win just focusing on cryptocurrency, because there's security, there's agribusiness, there's spiritual healing and well-being, there's foreign policy. If you are only focused on politics, you're not going to win just focus on politics because there's security, there's economics and finance, there's taking over economics in our communities, there's spiritual healing and well-being, there's infrastructure and construction. If you are into construction, you build things, you're not going to win just focus on infrastructure and construction. You got to focus on all the other areas that we're being attacked and where we're deficient. And the purpose of this event is to highlight and make public and promote the Black Gold Nation's leadership expertise in these areas, their solutions as it relates to their areas, but to also find people who have expertise in the same area to be a part of the cabinet or can bring some expertise to the table that we don't currently have. Now, again, our departments are business development, agribusiness, city planning, and business integration, which is our whole agribusiness department, business development, domestically and internationally, cultural affairs and diplomacy, domestic policy and sustainability, economics and finance, education, employment and training, foreign policy, health and nutrition, information technology, infrastructure and construction, intelligence and defense, legal, media, marketing and PR, national security, politics, and spiritual healing and well-being, spiritual health and well-being, We have expertise in 11 of those areas. We have leadership in 11 of those areas. We want other Black people who have expertise, who have interests, who have understanding in those areas to be a part of our national department, to serve as cabinet members in that department. If a person comes along, if an organization comes along and has a better solution, has more expertise, has a better understanding, then we will then pivot from those that we're currently supporting to that movement and or that organization that has the better solution to save Black people. This is not a cult of personality. The Black Gold movement has never been a cult of personality. This is not about me. This is not about you. This is not about the name Black Gold or anything. This is about Black people, Black children, and every generation of Black child to follow those that are currently children right now, because we have to put them in a position to win. And we will never be able to do that if we can establish communities that we own and control that are going to make us bigger, better, and stronger. And if brother A has a better plan than brother B, then we're going to follow brother A because his plan is better. Now, it's not just about having a better plan or having a better understanding. You have to have a love of Black people, because it can't just be about making money. It can't be about your individual efforts to be successful, because you not only have to be able to lead in your given area, you have to be able to explain what you're doing in your given area, and you have to be willing to teach the people in your given area. We need three things to win. We need people on the ground that are ready to do, people that are ready to lead and know how to lead based on how we're being attacked, and a proven and defensive strategy to protect all of it. If we don't have those three things, we're not going to win. People on the ground that are ready to do leadership and a way to defend all of it, because every single thing we've done to move ourselves forward has been targeted for destruction by this American government and destroyed on purpose. So it doesn't matter if we just have someone that knows what they're doing, but there's no one there to teach. It doesn't matter if we have people that want to do but don't know how to do. We need both. And then as we're doing both, and we got to learn how to chew bubble gum and walk at the same time, as I like to say. We got to be able to have people that know how to do, train those that want to do, and then we got to be able to protect all of it. And the idea behind the Black Gold Nations, Black Church, and Black Organization Survival Summit, and so that we can focus on those critical issues that if we don't focus on, we may not survive, or we may become a permanent underclass in this country. And I think if Black people here in America become a permanent underclass, then that affects Black people in Africa and in the diaspora, because I believe we're in a position to do much more than other people can, because we do live in America. Despite the fact that America has issues, we can do things in this country that other people can't do because we do live in America. So the purpose of the summit, is to get us to focus on those things that are currently destroying us, so that we can put some stuff in place via our own leadership and our own plans, or new leadership and new plans that come to us via the organization. So if you are such a person that has ideas about how we can better feed ourselves, how we can have a sustainable existence disconnected from America's systems, how we can have our own economics and finance program, how we can better educate ourselves, how we can better protect ourselves, how we can have a political movement, not just a political campaign to get somebody elected, but we go vote, then we stop. We need a political machine that's always working for our people nationwide. If you have expertise in any of these areas, and I'm going to put all of this on the website, it'll be there by tomorrow. I got a lot of work to do, so I got to update it, but it'll be there by tomorrow, clearly laid out. If you have expertise, or if you know someone that has expertise, or if you're part of an organization that has expertise, you need to be a part of this event. Why? Because if your solution is better than our answer, or better than our solution, then we need to know about it. We need to have the best solution, the best minds working on moving our people forward. And it doesn't matter what your religion is. We don't care about that. It doesn't matter how you vote. We don't care about that. I take that back. We care about it. It's just not as important as the ultimate mission. We don't care about who you love, how much money you make, if you have a degree, how many degrees you have. All we care about what we care about most are three things, which is you identifying as a Black person or with Black people. And if you got a problem with Black, use melanated, African American, ADOS, Native American. I don't care what you use. I don't care what you use. I'm talking about Black people here in America. If you identify with us as Black, melanated, ADOS people, you understand that we have a special and unique set of problems, and you want to be a part of that fixing of those problems. If you can agree with us on those three things, you're Black, you're oppressed, and you want to help us end this oppression. If you can agree with us on those three things, then anything you might disagree with us on, and we will have disagreements, we'll talk about those, we'll deal with those, we'll argue, we'll debate as we continue to move forward. We cannot continue to allow our disagreements to stop us from building and doing for self. Because while we are arguing and bickering and complaining about stuff that really don't matter, our enemies, the predators that exist in and around our communities, the threats that we are currently facing continue to get stronger, bigger, better, and more organized while we sit and argue about things that don't matter. We may not fully understand how powerful we are if we came together, but I guarantee you other people do, which is why they work so hard to keep us from coming together. We got to change that. And the only way we're going to change that is if we unify ourselves as much as possible and then move forward as a unified group. Again, I am not concerned. We, the supporters and members of this organization, we're not concerned with with the organization that you're a member of. We're not concerned with how many degrees you have. We're not concerned with your political affiliation or your religious affiliation. If you have the best solution to feed our people nationwide, then you need to be in the position to lead the Black nation moving forward, period. If you have the best solution to protect the Black community nationwide moving forward, then you need to be a part of this movement so that we can support you moving forward. If you have the best solution to create a political machine that's always going to put our people first and look out for our people first, then you need to be part of this movement. If it doesn't come out of this movement, if we don't already have it, then you need to be a part of this so that we can help you be bigger, better, and stronger, and you can help us be bigger, better, and stronger. Now, there are 5 key areas. Now, we're going to deal with all 18 of our departments, but there are 5 key areas that we want to deal with at the Survival Summit. And these are not the most critical, or these might be the most critical. These are the 5 areas we want to deal with concretely on October 5th. We're going to talk about these 5 areas first, and then we'll get to the others. The first one is agriculture / agribusiness. How we're going to be able to feed ourselves for the next 100 years, independent of America's farm system. The second one is community economics. How can we capture the economics of our own communities and take advantage of them? There are businesses that exist in every Black community in this country. And we Black people that make those businesses run, we don't own and control those businesses. We need to control those businesses. What is the plan to do that? We have to be able to control the local economics of our communities because our children, our people need the revenue and the profits from those businesses. The gas stations, the mini marts, the convenience stores, the grocery stores, the nail salons, the hair salons, the beauty supplies, the barbershops, washaterias, cleaners, mechanic shops, car washes, all of those businesses, the restaurants, all of those businesses that exist within Black communities, we need to own and control. If those businesses are only thriving and have only been able to thrive using Black dollars for 5, 10, 15, 20 plus years, then why can't we own and control them for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years? And we can if we have a solution and a plan to do so. That's the second one. The third one is community predation and policing. We need to have a way to identify the enemies of our communities and the threats, and to deal with them in an organized and methodical fashion. We need people who know how to physically protect the community. We need people who know how to physically lay out a plan whereby we can see the holes of where somebody might come into the community and do some damage. We need some people who understand how to train other people as to how to move and protect and shoot as a unit. As I said earlier, there are over 900, this is documented, over 900 white supremacist organizations that are in existence right now in America. And a lot of them have been training for a race war for a very long time. I've been in the military, I've been in the Army, I've met some of these people, and they take their training very seriously. A lot of them go into the military for the training, and then they get out, join the local police force, and then they continue to train their organization members. We need people who have the same kind of training our people. So we need people who understand security, understand weapons, understand how to shoot, understands how to train groups. We need a bunch of stuff, and that has to come from a person that knows how to do it. That's the third thing that we're going to deal with. The fourth thing is ADOS, American Descendants of Slaves, reparative justice and political power. Again, we have to create political power. If anyone tells you that voting don't matter, they don't understand voting, they don't understand political power, they don't know what they're talking about. Nothing happens to, for, or against a community, I don't care what color it is, without a politician and or political power being involved. If we're going to be able to establish communities that we own and control, establish communities that have influence, value, and power, then we have to have political power. And this current movement to get reparations via Brother Antonio Moore and Sister Yvette Carnell, I agree with them for the most part, based on every single thing they've said and what they're doing. I have a small issue with how they're going about doing it, but that is okay, because they are doing righteous work and we need to support them in that righteous work. So we want to have an ADOS conversation after we find the right person who can lead the national Black community to help Brother Antonio and help Sister Yvette do what they're trying to do. if we have the numbers, then we may be able to continue to push for reparations to be a major part of every politician's campaign to win the presidency. I think most of us know that we're owed reparations. The question is, are we going to get it? Believing that it's not going to happen doesn't mean you don't work to get it. I am sure there were hundreds of millions of slaves that never thought they would be free, that were finally able to be free. So just because you don't think it's going to happen, doesn't mean that you stop working to make it happen. And even if it doesn't happen the way that we want it, in the time span that we want it, that doesn't mean that we won't need to be organized politically. So that's the fourth thing that we want to talk about: the ADOS, reparative justice and reparations movement, and building political power movement. And then the fifth thing is opportunities in Africa. As I said, the AU, the African Union, has just signed this 55-nation agreement. And we, the Black Gold Nation, we want to be a part of what they're trying to do as much as possible. For what the brother has told us on last Saturday's conference call, there are opportunities that exist there. A lot of the national leaders in Africa, they don't want the Chinese there. They see what the Chinese are doing, but the needs that they have are so great that they have to take it because they need it. Well, what if Black America was able to step up and, if not replace the Chinese entirely, do what the Chinese are doing in some of the same ways that they're doing it? What if melanated people in the diaspora were able to come together and organize ourselves and step up to help Africa move itself forward? That is nation building. That is how we move ourselves and our people forward. What if we could have the backing of multiple African nations and we were able to aggressively compete against the Koreans who run the African-American hair care billion-dollar industry? They were able to do that because they have support from Korea. Would we be able to push back if we had support from Africa? There is nothing that we cannot accomplish once we're unified. And I know, as you probably know, that it will never be all of us that are unified. That's a given. It will never be all of us that do anything. That's a given. But we don't need everybody. The post that I made today on Facebook is from Fidel Castro. He said he started this revolution, I think he said with 18 people. I think he said 18. I don't want to get the brother wrong. Let me get the quote right. Give me a quick second while I look at my Facebook page. What did Fidel say? He said, what the heck is it? He said, I began a revolution with 82 men. If I had to do it again, I'd do it with 10 or 15 with absolute faith. Fidel Castro said, it does not matter how small you are if you have faith and plan of action. We don't need everybody. We don't want everybody. All we need is a critical mass. And that critical mass starts with the critically important leadership that loves the people, knows how to do, understand what needs to be done, and is ready, willing, and able to teach and guide and lead the people moving forward. Most people, especially our people, are followers anyway. Most of our people need direction. Most of our people need structure. Most of our people need to be a part of a plan that's going to help them be bigger, better, and stronger. Most of us are just trying to survive every single day. We don't have time to focus on anything else. That's what Malcolm X said. Malcolm X said that Black people aren't stupid. We're just too busy focusing on surviving to think about anything else. That has to change. We have to have time to focus on survival and moving ourselves forward, because just surviving isn't enough. We can do that if we can present our people with a plan that will allow them to be a part of something that's going to allow them to give to the movement while they continue to do what they're trying to do. Our only solution to build something for ourselves moving forward in 2019 that's going to have influence, value, and power absolutely must have leadership that knows what they're doing. Now, every Thursday of the last Thursday of every month, we have a Black Gold, Black Facebook Leadership Summit, because we're always looking for Black people that have expertise and that want to be a part of something. If you just look on Facebook alone, thousands of Black organizations that are trying to do something, so they say, in education, in politics, spiritual healing, cryptocurrency, economics, blah, 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 blah. If we had 10% of those organizations involved in this survival summit, that brings more expertise to the table. That brings more energy to the table. that brings more resources to the table by which we need to use to move ourselves forward. On October 5th, we want to have a rollout of agreed upon solutions and plans in at least 17 different areas that are going to make our people bigger, better, and stronger. And starting on October 6th, we want a to-do list to be given to the thousands of supporters that we want to have as a result of having this event. And the person that is leading these departments, the persons that make up the cabinets of these departments, we're going to elicit the support of those that are a part of the national event on October 5th. I'm sorry, October 5th is going to be we want to have, the reason why we're calling it Black Church and Black Organization is not only because we're trying to bring those persons to the movement and to what we're trying to do, but we want to have Black churches that will allow us to use their space so that we can show the program of the different departments. We're going to target 1,000+ churches. We don't expect all of them to be a part. We don't expect all of them to be in agreement. We don't expect all of them to get down with us as we do this thing. But again, we don't need everybody. We're not expecting everybody. And if we only get 10% of 1,000 churches, that's 100 churches that are helping us do what we're trying to do. We want to bring our people together in 100 cities, in as many churches as possible, or community centers as possible, or multi-purpose centers as possible, so that we can present to them at the same time, both online and live, our plan to move forward and make our people better. Now, of course, there will be things that we won't discuss because certain things shouldn't be made public. But the people that need to know will get those plans and we'll move forward. There is nothing stopping us but us. There's nothing we cannot accomplish. And what we're saying in the Black Gold movement is that we need to get serious about finding the right leadership. We need to get serious about supporting that leadership. And we need to get serious with finding the right people who are ready to do. The Black Gold Nations, Black Church and Black Organization Survival Summit is to focus on how are we going to survive in an America that's changing. How are we going to survive with white supremacy and racism becoming more and more blatant and dangerous and aggressive? How are we going to survive when you have other nations raping the continent of Africa, which we need to move ourselves forward? We have some very, 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 very serious questions that we have to ask and answer. I do not believe that there is a question that can be asked that the collective Black community cannot answer. Many of you who are watching this live, many of you that are seeing this after it's already been broadcast and published, you have expertise, you have ideas, you have connections and relationships that you need help doing. Our goal in the Black Gold movement is to make your wheel bigger, better, and stronger. Our goal in the Black Gold movement is not to compete with you, or challenge you, or to steal from you. We want to make whatever you're doing bigger, better, and stronger because it helps you win, it helps your family win, and it helps us win in the Black Gold movement. Again, when I saw that article about what the African Union is doing, I was able to post that in one location. Our national leadership saw it, had a conversation about it. We had a meeting with a brother in Africa about it, and now we're moving forward to create new relationships on multiple levels that will help them win and will also help us win. We got to be able to do that no matter what's going on. We need to be able to send one tweet, make one phone call, send one text message, send one Facebook message, send one email, and have the national Black community move at the same time in that direction. If there's an opportunity that exists in any industry, we need to have the person who's in charge of that area be notified, he or she and their cabinet talk about it, they make a decision, let us know what's what, and we move in that direction. If we don't do that, we're not going to win. If we don't do that, our children and every Black child to follow don't have a snowball's chance in hell of winning. Things are changing. The reality of what it means to be Black in America in 2019, that's real. We got to deal with that because nobody else is going to deal with that. Let me read that again. We gotta we gotta deal with the fact. Let me find it real quick. Give me a second. Where is it? I got so much crap that I'm working on. The mission, there it is. We have to deal with the fact that the bottom 50% of our families are worth less than $1. We got to deal with the fact that we got more brothers incarcerated in the U.S. than all women are incarcerated globally. We got to deal with the fact that the new farm bill is going to not only continue to hurt black farmers, but it's going to make it very, 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 very difficult for black people to get food. And I only know that because of the people that we have in our agribusiness department. That's the beauty of having somebody in the department that knows what they're doing. I don't have to know all this stuff because we got people that know how to do it. The brother that's in charge of our IT department, I had a chance to see his short, mid, and long-term goals. And on that list was, what do you call it? Drone predators, DRONE, drone predators. He wants to work on something to shoot down drones in the sky because he understands that drones are being used for good and bad things. Who thinks that way other than people who think that way? We need those persons involved in what we're doing because we got to protect our people, and we got to understand that enemies exist. We got to understand that predators exist. And if we don't have people that are already thinking along those lines, that already have an understanding of what's going on, and that are willing to teach black people how to push back, we're going to continue to lose. We got to deal with the fact that automation, artificial intelligence, and machine language are replacing millions of jobs. A lot of these jobs are held by black people. We got to deal with the fact that the White House just removed 3 million people from the food stamp rolls. Most of those people are white, but a lot of those people are black. We got to deal with that because we got to take care of our people. We got to deal with the fact that there's purge activity happening in black communities nationwide. Kidnappings, assassinations, organ and sex trafficking, people committing crimes with Hollywood caliber masks on and gloves on, and there are white people committing these crimes looking like black people, and the cops are looking for black people. We got to deal with that. Over 100 conservative think tanks focus on maintaining and keeping white supremacy and or white power. We got to deal with that. We got to deal with a criminal justice system that's never been just, bail bond system, education system that's never treated us right, school to prison pipeline. All of this. Flint, Michigan they still don't have safe water to drink, bathe in, and use. And it's been a year plus. It's been what, 3-4 years? Or has it been 6 years? Puerto Rico is still without electricity, and it's been 6 months. And those are American citizens. Our solutions exist within our problems. We already have people that know what the solutions are. We got to find those people and bring them on board. We got to get in touch with our black retirees. We got to get in touch with our civil engineers who are retired, our electrical engineers who are retired, our mathematicians who are retired, our teachers who are retired, our military persons who are retired, our police officers who are retired, our agriculturalists who are retired. And we got to let them know, congratulations on your retirement. We're glad you made it. Now here's phase 2 of your life. And we have to get them involved in what we're doing because our children need that expertise that they have. And from what I've seen via my conversations, most of them want to give back. Most of them want to work with black children in all of these areas. Most of them want to come home to the community and put in and help out, but there's no home to come to. So we got to build that for them. And then we got to protect them as they help our people become bigger, better, and stronger. Because if you did not know, any black person that's trying to help black people move forward is a threat to the power establishment. So we got to protect that black person. We got a lot of work to do. But the healing is in the work. The nation building is in the work. The camaraderie, the tribal development, the love, the respect, the righteousness is in the work. We've been conditioned to think and behave in a certain way. And that thinking and that behavior is anti our own progress. A system has us thinking this way. So if a system has us thinking this way, then the only way we're going to reverse that thinking is via a system. But the system has to come from something that we create. Who's going to do that? If not a black person that already knows how to do it. Everything we need, we already have. We simply have to have the right people on board to be a part of this thing. So we're going to move forward with the organization of the Black Go Nations, Black Church and Black Organization Survival Summit. Every Thursday and Saturday for the next 2 months, starting next Thursday, we're going to have an online forum where if a Black Go Nation person is already in a leadership position in that area, they are going to start out giving their mission, giving their short, mid, and long-term goals, and then they'll have other Black people who want to support them in that fashion talk about it. This is what I think you're doing wrong. This is what I think you're doing right. This is what I think you should do better. Or we are doing the same thing, and this is what we're doing, and we think you should support us as opposed to us supporting you. If the person coming to the call proves to be have a better solution than what the Black Gold Nation's solution is, then we're gonna go with that person, because it's about the best solution for our children moving forward. Every Thursday and every Saturday, we're going to deal with a different issue, a different department. And again, the departments that we're going to deal with, if you didn't already hear them, agribusiness, business development, cultural affairs and diplomacy, domestic policy and sustainability, economics and finance, education, employment and training, foreign policy, health and nutrition, information technology, infrastructure and construction. I'm not sure we'll deal with that one because that's kind of hands-on. Intel and defense, it's going to be a big one. Legal, media, marketing, PR, national security, politics, and spiritual health and well-being. Those are the areas that we're going to deal with. So we want Black people who have expertise in those areas to be a part of these conversations. And we want other people who have interest in these areas to listen to the conversation. I am always blown away at when I meet a new Black person who has expertise on an extremely high level and they're doing things. It's rare that I have a conversation with the brother who's over our economics and finance department where I'm not blown away with how he thinks. Very rare. And we had a conversation this morning and I was blown away again. Very rare. But I have a conversation with the brother that's over our agribusiness department and I see what he wants to do and how he wants to do it. I'm blown away. When I have a conversation with the brother that's over our IT department, the one who wants to have, who understands that we need drone predators, blown away. And we have leadership in 11 of these areas where I know I can go to them and they can give me feedback on what's happening because that is what they do. And we need people like that in this organization so that we can benefit from what they do and we can support them in what they're doing. And the idea is that on October 5th, when we have this national rollout, if you will, we'll not only have solidified leadership in 19 different departments, we'll have cabinet members in these 19 different departments, and we'll have Black people joining the Black Gold movement to support these departments as we move forward. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is if we have a physical space by which we can make this happen. The only institution that we still own and control in the Black community is the Black church. So we absolutely must have Black churches be involved with this as much as possible. I am not one that believes that every Black person that believes in Jesus or God or heaven is a sellout. I'm not a Black person that believes that every Black person that believes in God or Jesus or heaven doesn't care. I'm not a Black person that believes that every Black person that believes in God, Jesus, or heaven is ignorant, is detached, or whatever. I don't believe that. I believe that just like you have people in any organization, any religion that believes or doesn't believe, supports or doesn't support, we need as many able-bodied Black people that we can get. And if that person just happens to believe in Jesus, heaven, and God, or whatever, then so be it. If that person can bring a solution that's going to help us take care of our children, then so be it. If that person can bring a solution that's going to help us feed our people, then so be it. If that person brings a solution that will allow us to better protect our communities, then so be it. We have to stop allowing our disagreements to come between us and what we need to do to move ourselves forward. That's one of the reasons that the Black Gold movement doesn't do religion, because we believe so many different things. Religion has been used and is still being used to divide us. We can't allow that to happen anymore. We got to put those things aside and deal with them at another time while we continue to work and build something for ourselves moving forward. So if you want more information about the Black Gold movement, please go to our main website, blackgoldnation.com, click on About, read the mission. If you like the mission, you want to be a part of what we're doing, if you want to help us organize this event, if you want to help be a part of some of our other fundraisers, go to our events website, Black Gold-Wakanda Rising, click on our events and RSVP for a presentation. As of right now, I'm wrapping up the presentations we've been doing live in the greater Houston area. I'm about to get on the road mid-August, California first, and then Texas, then Louisiana, and I don't know where I'm going after that. But our leadership, that's another thing about leadership. There's nothing about having the right leadership. We have a plan. We have a plan in place that's going to put our people in a position to feed ourselves nationally. And we have to be in strategic locations nationwide. I'm going to make sure that we have strong Black Gold ambassadorships in those locations nationwide. That's leadership. That's organization. That's strategy. That's intelligent. That's revolutionary, and that is how we win. So if you want to be a part of this, you need to learn more about what we're doing. You need to see our presentation. Our events website, Black-Wakanda Rising, click on our events. Find a date. As of right now, like I said, I'm wrapping up Greater Houston. We'll only do the we'll only do the online presentations on Wednesdays. I think I'm going to change that so that we're doing them on Monday and Wednesday, and give people more chance to be a part of, to see what we're trying to do so they can be a part of it. So as of right now, you can only register for Wednesday, but that's going to be Monday and Wednesday really soon. If you want more information about what we're doing, how we're doing it, you want to be a part of it, RSVP for a presentation. If you want to be a part of this event to help us organize it, leave your information in the comment section, and I will include you on what we're trying to do. But again, if we don't do something soon to put ourselves in a position to win, if we don't find and identify those persons that know what they're doing in these critical areas to win, we're not going to win. If we don't connect ourselves with organizations that are already doing certain things in certain areas so that we can win, we're not going to win. If we don't find the right Black people to support us in what we're trying to do, because it doesn't matter if you just have the leadership. If there's no one there to do the work, we're not going to win. We have to create a nation within this nation. We have to create communities that we own and control, and have them connected with the same vision, the same goal, the same plan in multiple areas. We have to create a political movement that's going to put us in a position to get what we're owed. We have to create a system by which we're training ourselves to protect ourselves. We got to create a system by which we're able to feed ourselves. And if we don't do all of this stuff simultaneously while we chew bubblegum and walk at the same time, we're going to continue to lose. I don't care what anybody says. We got to stop lying to our children about what it means to be Black in America. We got to stop lying to our children about the existence of predators and enemies and threats in America. America's never treated us right. And unless we are in control of America, America never will. That's why it's so important that we work to ensure that we have every single thing we need, just like everybody else, to ensure that we're safe, we're in an environment that we're learning and growing and thriving, and we're putting ourselves in positions of power to win. And given what the AU is trying to do, given what the Black Gold movement is able to do, given what I feel in my heart and my spirit, Black people want to do, we can win on multiple levels. But to do that, you got to have multiple things in place. So let me make sure I don't have any questions really quickly. Sister Kira, our newest ambassador, representing, I think she's in Huntsville, Greater Houston. Thank you for making it. Brother Ricardo, thank you. Sister Shakesha, thank you for making it. Brother Ricardo, thank you for giving the website, brother. I appreciate it. Ankh T, our ambassador out of Atlanta, and Brother Ricardo, our ambassador in Oakland. He's also over the media marketing and PR department. Brother Siddiqui, thank you for making it. Brother Houston, thank you. Let me wave to people. Sister Simone, hopefully Sister Simone will be coming on board to be a part of our Black Gold Hustle Center initiative, with something I need to talk about because that's important too. Sister Sina, thank you for making it. Sister Antoinette. Sister Antoinette is one of those business persons that has ideas that we are trying to partner with her on to do some things for our people as it relates to life insurance. She's an example of what I'm talking about as far as Black people having ideas, but not having everything they need to make that idea happen. Black people having expertise and not having everything they need to make that idea happen. There are people on Facebook that I'm connected to right now that I only connected with because they said they had a plan to help make Black people better. I'm still waiting on that plan. It's been a year plus. Sadly, a lot of us talk more than we do. Sadly, a lot of us aren't really serious, only want to be heard, or we want to feel good about what we say we're willing to do, but we're not really trying to do anything. I understand that. I just don't want to get the plan so that I can implement it because I know what I'm going to do. And Sister Antoinette is someone that not only has the expertise and the understanding, especially when it comes to business and land acquisition, but she is someone that we can most certainly get behind and support nationally. That's going to help make her and her family bigger, better, and stronger, but also in turn helps make us, the Black Gold movement and Black people nationwide, bigger, better, and stronger. And she is an example of what we need to do moving forward, connecting ourselves with our people who are trying to do something. King Eddie Willis, thank you for making it. I cannot pronounce that name, Brother Daak, and the rest of it. That's too many syllables for me. Sister Akshita, thank you for making it. I appreciate it. Brother Anzansi, brother out of a supporter, Black Gold Nation supporter out of London. Thank you for being here, brother. Kweku, thank you for making it, brother. I'm not sure if you're still there, Miss Robin, but thank you for being there if you are. Mr. Curtis Shine, another business owner we're trying to bring on board to be a part of our Black Gold Hustle Centers. Brother Craig is a politician. He just won office in Louisiana. I'm sorry, brother, I don't know what city or parish, but he is someone that we can get behind politically. He would probably want to name ADOS something a bit differently, but he understands what Antonio Moore and Yvette Cornell are trying to do. This is a brother that has a different approach to politics, has a different approach to political power, has a different approach to building and doing for Black people. He is a person that should be a part of this political conversation because he understands politics, he understands power, he understands what we need to do to move ourselves forward, and we could support him nationally. Now, if he comes to the Black Gold movement and he presents his political plan, and his political plan is the best political plan to move us forward, then we're going to support him and we're going to move. Because it's not about him. It's not about me. It's not about his family or my family. It's about us as a collective group moving ourselves forward. And Brother Craig has proven himself to be committed to Black people, has proven himself to be intellectually capable, has proven himself to be a thinker. This brother exhibits the three things that we're looking for in Black people. Someone that's still critically able to think, someone that's either unafraid or won't allow their fear to stop them, and somebody that's ready to do. That is Brother Craig. So if Brother Craig decides to be a part of this, then we will be foolish not to support him, because he has not only proven his love for Black people, but he's proven his ability to do for Black people. And that's what we need. Myosha, is that my niece? Thank you for making it, Myosha, if you're still there. Brother Philip, thank you for making it. Sister Akshita, we must unite to get it right. Amen. She says facts, roundtable development. Amen. Brother Craig says, when is the event, brother? It's going to be October 5th. That's going to be the event that we roll everything out nationally. But every Thursday and every Saturday, we're going to have a different conversation as it relates to the different departments. So I'll tell you what, since I am pushing you for politics, you let me know what Thursday or what Saturday you want to have the event, and I'll make it that day. Well, I invite everybody that got a political slant to be a part of this conversation, and we will help you lead it. I will help you lead it. So the big event, we roll everything out nationally via all the Black churches, as many as possible. It's going to be October 5th. And for the next 2 months, every Thursday and every Saturday, we're going to have a conversation in different areas as it relates to how we need to do what we need to do. So you let me know what you want to do as it relates to politics, brother, and I will follow your lead and we'll boogie from there. Sister Ashi says, all facts. Craig Lee says, ADOS. American descendants of slaves. You know what that means. Stop playing. Sister Ashidi says, no more slave communication of the miseducated. Amen. There he is, American descendants of slaves. Brother James, thank you for making it. Brother Craig says, can you build a building, residential or commercial, from the roof down? That's him giving his slant. But I love the way the brother thinks. And we need to support him in what he's trying to do. Sister Dorothy, thank you for making it. Brother Craig says, ADOS is already controlled by the white power structure. Woo, that's heavy. Sister Akshita says, deprogram to reprogram. Amen. I like that. Sister Akshita, deprogram to reprogram. Okay. We must learn to thrive. Absolutely. Sister Melinda, thank you for making another one of our supporters. She says, right. Funi Krima, thank you for making it. One of my mentors, actually. Married to one of our national leaders. A wonderful sister. Sister Akshitas are in agreement. Brother Richard, thank you for watching. Craig Lee says, corporate grassroots revolutionary politics. Amen. Hey, got to run this thing as a corporation. The only way you're going to win a fight and win against a corporation, which is what America is to also act as and be run as a corporation. So I agree with you on that, brother. He says he's with us. I am there. It's about us, our, and we. Amen. Collectivism versus individualism. Individualism is killing us. I say that all the time. Individual success is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But when your individual success comes at the expense of your people, you're wrong, period. And you're a problem and you're a threat. We have to understand that our strength lies in what we produce as a people. Our strength lies in what we produce as a collective group and a collective tribe. We have too many things already moving against us. We will never win individually. Our only solution is to align ourselves with our brothers and sisters as much as possible and move forward in the collective fashion so that we can push back against all these threats. You will never win by yourself, period. We have to come together and build something for ourselves. Coach Kier, if you're still there, thank you for making it. Sister Ann, thank you. Brother Craig says, I roll with the Black grassroots movement. Amen. Cool. I will join you on tomorrow to listen. Craig Lee. Cool. Brother Larry, thank you for making it. Brother Larry, I still need those contacts of the sister in San Antonio. I'm going to San Antonio and Dallas Fort Worth, and Brother Larry's supposed to give me some contacts of people that are already there on the ground. He's laughing. I'm proud of you, brother. In flesh or grass, shoes, blah, 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 blah. Amen, brother. I'm with you. Okay, so thank you guys for making the live broadcast. Share this with 5, 10, 15, 20 Black people so that we can get more Black people to this event because the more intellectual capital we have that wants to be a part of what we're trying to do, the better off we're going to be in the long term. Again, blackgoldnation.com, click on About, read the mission. If you like it, go to blackgo-wakanda Rising, click on our events and RSVP for a presentation so you can learn more in detail what we're doing, how we're doing, and how you can be a part. So with that, thank you guys very much. God bless you. I will be in touch. I will update the website. Everything will be there tomorrow. And you can see all this stuff and start filling out the forms and adding to. So you guys have a wonderful day. Again, thank you. And always remember 2 things. Absolutely, no one can do everything, but if everyone does something, everything will get done. And lastly, absolutely, nothing is more sacred than liberation and salvation of Black people. So thank you guys very much. God bless. Have a good day. Bye-bye.